And now, KVAL Sports from the Three Rivers Casino Sports Desk.
What's up, Western Oregon? A little over a year ago, Noah Lyles made history right here in Eugene, running the fastest 200-meter time ever by an American. But he's always wanted to do more than just dominate one event. Much like Usain Bolt, Lyles wants to be the king of both the 200 and the 100 meters. After running a season's best time of 9.87 in the semis, Lyles had the chance to do just that. The final gets underway. You look at him, he's on kind of the left side of your screen behind the rest of the pack, but he keeps his eyes on the prize and shreds through the final 50, and it is a world-leading 9.83 to seize gold.
I believe in myself. I believe in God. I believe in the mission that me and my coach have. We traded 9 months for this moment right here. You only got one shot to hit your peak, and we made sure that it counted. And like you said, to do great things, you know, to be one of the legends, you got to win the 100, and then you got to win the 200, and then you got to win the 400, 4x1. This right here is ticket number 1.
So now Lyles turns his focus to his primary event, the 200 meter. That's later this week, and that's where he'll look to threaten Bolt's 14-year-old record. A couple former Ducks moving on to the finals at these games. The Australian Jessica Hull finished 6th in her heat in the 1,500-meter semis, so she moves on to the final Tuesday. But the reigning U.S. champion, Nikki Hilt, surprisingly does not. Staying in the 1,500, Cole Hawker's redemption tour continues after missing Worlds in Eugene. He's moving on to the final in Budapest after a clutch third-place finish in his heat. Then in a big upset, the discus thrower Jorinde van Klinken does not make it out of qualifying despite ranking 3rd in the world entering this week. Nobody in baseball hitting the ball better than Julio Rodriguez right now. Heading into today, he had an MLB record 17 hits over his last 4 games. Not surprisingly, this run has coincided with Seattle winning each of their last 5. Could they make it 6 in a row and also complete their first sweep over the Astros on the road since 2018? Julio says, yeah, definitely. Very first at-bat of the game. He hits one off the outfielder's glove in right. It is a double for his 18th hit in 5 games. This man cannot be stopped. Neither can the team as a whole, really. Top of the 3rd, Brian O'Keefe smacking one down that third base line. That drives in 2 runs to take a 6-0 lead. The Astros come back, but the Mariners survive to sweep Houston at Minute Maid Park for the first time in a half-decade. Then down in the minors, Riku Nishida made his single-A debut. Ducks fans not really going to be too shocked to hear his stat line. He went 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs, and he scored a run for the Kannapolis Cannonballs. I like that team name. So the former Mount Hood Community College star turned 11th round MLB draft pick. He's making an immediate impact for the White Sox organization. It was KVAL's night out at the Emeralds game. You see some familiar faces. I see Billy Spots. I see Zach Brule, a couple of our reporters. Here's a familiar face, the former Duck Josh Kasevich, playing now for Vancouver. He hits a 2-hopper to short for the Emeralds to turn the double play. The Canadians score, taking an early 1-0 lead. But bottom of the 2nd, Jared Dupree hits one over, bounces over the second baseman's head, and he gets the single, trying to get the momentum going, and it pays off. Luis Toribio stepping up to the plate, smacking one deep into left center field. It bounces off the wall, enough time for Dupree to score, tying the game at 1-1. But a tough 4th inning for the Emeralds puts them down 8-1 at the top of the 6th inning. And early this in Spain, but to win the title and then boo the manager, not a scene you see very often, but that does wrap up the Women's World Cup down there in Australia and New Zealand.
Well, thank you for that, Trevor.